report at the nearest police station. I hereby, as the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Police Command, declare Sowore wanted. I declare him wanted for the act of causing disturbance of public peace and an act to commit serious felony by planning and putting all the plan in motion to obstruct traffic on the terminal lane, to cause hardship for Lagosians and other Nigerians, and especially visitors who are transiting through this end. We will not allow this to happen. These are the equipment, and we ensure that we are closing it on him. Anywhere he is, he should be aware that we are closing on him. Mulant is doing video and he couldn't come down. Let him come down. He came down in Abuja. Why is he afraid to come down in Lagos? He should come down. He should come down. Wherever he is, he should report himself to the nearest police station. Because I'm going to arrest him and investigate him and prosecute him. Thank you. We have made 13 arrests of this miscreant and hoodlum because there's no any reason why this protest must take place. The people who are concerned, who are residents of Omoyele, have been paid compensation by government for those who deserve, who are entitled rather to the compensation they will come. And the people have remained in peace and they've been living in peace in the community. But it's coming to Lagos to instigate crisis, to instigate violence will not be tolerated. And I want all Lagosians to still go about their lawful businesses without any fear or apprehension. Let him come down, let him put his leg on ground. He's riding in a vehicle and he's making video that police have covered everywhere and he can't come down. It's the same way police cover everywhere that I came down in Abuja. Let him come down here and you will see the wrath of the law that will equally be enforced on him. Thank you.
We're in Omoyele today, and the police is already attacking the victims of demolition. Did they arrest everybody?
They arrested.
Okay. We packed all these people in Black Maria. Sit down. Ready to kill people who they have demolished their houses. Very sad. Very sad. Folks were just coming from Omoyele. But by the time we got there, the police had attacked peaceful protesters whom they demolished their houses in Omoyele area of Lagos. And I think they had intelligence that I was approaching the place. As you see, captured, they were just tear gassing them, and they brought in more reinforcement. All of them were carrying lethal weapons. This is what we're talking about Nigeria at this time. The police that ought to be protecting the citizens of Nigeria are busy chasing after and attacking innocent civilians, people who they don't build houses for, people who they do nothing for. They're attacking them, and this is what you just watched live on my timeline now. So we couldn't enter the community. The whole place is barricaded. These are some of the demolitions that they've carried out, and they relate to homes of poor people. This is where the poor people have managed to run after the rich people drove them away from Makoko and other places. We were told that the IGP, the illegal IGP, actually embedded in the police team today people who could shoot and kill me if I showed up, but I still went there regardless. This is intelligence I had. So right now we'll be monitoring events as they're happening, and time permitting we'll return back to that community. We must fight for these people and ensure that they get what is theirs back. We cannot leave this country in the hands of criminals to keep exploiting the poor. That is what got us into where we are today. That is what led to what America decided could be their intervention, because they've seen weak and terrible leadership in Nigeria. They know that these guys don't mean well for Nigerians, but that doesn't mean that America mean well for Nigerians. They're just taking advantage of the weakness in the leaders. Some of them have encouraged, because if you look at it, the same Americans come here, witness shambolic elections. They go and hold their press conferences in DC and say, well, the elections are not that good, but they're not that. These are the elections that produce these weak and inhuman leaders in our country. We must ensure that we fight these people to a standstill. That's my position, that you do not ask for outside help each time you have a small problem. That is what led a lot of Africans into religion. They're always praying to something. They're always worshiping. Each time there's a problem, you go and worship something. Worship a stone. Worship, the picture of a foreign god, or, a religion that you know nothing about. And I'm not here to attack your freedom of worship or religion, but I'm telling you that it's part of our weakness. And when the people you're expecting to come and help you from nowhere don't come, you start looking for help. You're always looking for help. That's the problem with Africans. Instead of us to stand up against our traducers here, fight them to a standstill. Oh, we want America to come in. America will come in, shoot a few places, drop a few bombs, drones, and that's all, right? That's all. We move on again. And then maybe next time we're going to beg Russia to come and help us. We're going to beg China to come, North Korea to come and help us. But nobody but ourselves can free ourselves. And that is what you just saying. A community of poor people. These guys have nothing, not a cloth on their back. All the police, Nigeria police does is to chase after them on behalf of private investors. Private investors, those are the people who are stealing their land. The perception that some people believe that because Kanu has committed some crimes, why should anybody fight for him? I'm going to answer this way. You know Nelson Mandela?
Yes, sir.
He was regarded as a terrorist because he was fighting for the liberation of blacks in South Africa. In fact, Nelson Mandela's name was not removed as a terrorist until he became president of South Africa. That was when the US lifted the terrorism tag, granted him a visa, and he traveled across the world. And one of the things he said when he was visiting the US, same question was asked of him. Why is it that as a person who's freedom loving, you are supporting Cuba? Which the person said, that's a human rights violating regime, referring to Fidel Castro. He said to them, sometimes the problem with you people is that you want to choose our friends for us and you want to choose your enemies for us. That is basically what's happening in your MBA group. Some people are trying to choose your enemies for you. But the question you should ask yourself is, what is Nnamdi Kanu fighting for? Self-determination. It came out several years ago that the Igbos are tired of being treated like slaves in the country. And he wants the former Biafran region to break away as a nation state. The constitution is very clear. You can agitate for self-determination. But we don't have the position of referendum in our constitution. He started peacefully. He was going from village to village. In fact, he didn't go from village to village. He was on a radio. His only weapon was a microphone. Guess what? When he was arrested the first time, what they found on him was a microphone, not a gun. They found with Mandela a pistol. Well, with Nnamdi Kanu, they found a microphone. In fact, when they were asked to present evidence, even in the ongoing case, the evidence presented is that microphone, his underwear, top and bottom, and some of his writings. No element of terrorism was established in court. Nobody has testified that they saw him buying guns or ordering guns or ordering. They brought to court different kinds of audio messages, which was his response to when police was killing his people. When I was at Sahara Reporters, I had in my possession a video which I published at that time. I don't know if Facebook has taken. As the Nigerian army went to where IPOB people were peacefully gathering and shot them dead live. 2014, I think. They killed them right there. This was captured on tape. It was provided by Amnesty International to me. So who committed the crimes? Is it the person who started peacefully or the government who said so? But like I started this with, this was the goal, you know. But the simplest question a lawyer asks when you go to court is evidence, right?
Yes, sir.
If somebody is brought before a court on terrorism charges, and we have not been able to prove it in 4 years, there's something wrong with that process. Meanwhile, Simon Ekpa was arrested maybe last year. He has been convicted within 6 months in Finland. He may not have been as guilty as it, but he has the process of appeal. The trial was speedy, open, and in my own view, fair. What happens to Nnamdi Kanu? You just keep defending, detaining him. Even when the Court of Appeal said that he's discharged and acquitted and wrote that he should be released forthwith, you refuse to honor that court order. And you are going into NBA groups to say, why is anybody fighting? You are taking extra legal steps to violate the right of a campaigner for self-determination. We are taking extra legal steps to force your hand to respect his rights. That is the reason for my protest. And who is in a better position to know a sham trial if it's not Sowore? I've been subjected to as many as 10 of those foolish trials. I have about 3 now pending. And they are going to end up in nothing. That's why since 1992, I don't write statements in police station. They sit me down, we are reading your rights to you, because I know we are not going to trial, for which my statement will be needed. And if I'm going to trial, my statement will not count if you have made up your mind that I'm guilty as charged. So tell your NBA friends that first and foremost we are disappointed in them. They are not even represented in court to observe the trial. The same way they did to me in 2019. The NBA cannot. The American Bar Association sends representative to all my court trials. The Nigerian Bar Association is not in court, even as a friend of the court. You should be there standing up and say, my Lord, can we guide you? This is what the law says. The judge can say, shut up. But you are there. You go to your WhatsApp groups, and you know what they do? They then divide it into Yoruba, the people that are most vocal on Nnamdi Kanu, which riles me out, these Yoruba pseudo intellectuals. Sowore, he has committed, will be sending me videos. And I tell them, I say, if you are tired of Nigeria, if Tinubu was tired of Nigeria 20 years ago and he granted an interview that Nigeria should disintegrate, why should you stop others who understand the same right? To be clear, I don't want Nigeria to break up. I'm a Pan-Africanist.